Well, good evening and welcome back one final time, National Soccer League fans. A little crowded here in the booth tonight. I got Morgan Davey and Ben Hoover alongside me for the ride. One final ride it is, and our Soccer Bowl coverage is beginning right now between the two number one seeds in the league, the Thunderbirds and the Pioneers. Ben, Morgan, happy to be here with you guys.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, happy to be here.
Well, without further ado, let's get into the thick of it here and preview these two teams. The last time they met was back in week 22, just a month ago. It was the Thunderbirds hosting the Pioneers, but it was a 3-0 defeat by the away side. Goals from Uxio Mora-Sanchez and Emigdio Cairo scoring twice, all in the first half. The damage done early, but we'll have to see if the Thunderbirds can give them more of a fighting challenge this time. We'll preview them first. And it really is a tale of two teams at opposite ends of the spectrum here. The Thunderbirds really leaning on that emotion and the history of the club. It's all about the feeling, the being in the right time at the right place. But let's get a look now at some of their key players as we've been looking at over this playoff stretch. The same three, Perkins, Powers, and Moisan. And really, it is Captain Fantastic show. Ben, what can you say about Isaac Powers and the season he's having right now?
I mean, like you said, he's been nothing less than fantastic. You know, there's been at times where Isaac Powers has just taken over games, really just dominated across the board. He's made it look easy time and time again and has just continued that record-set goal pace in the season.
Indeed, one of the league's best, and hoping to add to his impressive resume here with a third championship for the Thunderbirds. But we're doing something a little different this week. We're going to add an honorable mention, someone that's outside of these three players, a dark horse, a wild card, if you will. So, Morgan, honorable mention for this goes to the goalkeeper, Ian Grenlandenu, who they brought in over the summer. What can you say about what he's done so far in between the sticks?
Yeah, Grenlandenu had 11 saves last week. Wow. Yeah, I mean, he's proven to be a massive addition and could be a big factor down the stretch, as he already has been.
Well said. Well, let's get a look now at this Thunderbirds team and some of the pros and cons. Ben, start with you with the positives. What can you say about what the Thunderbirds do have going for them ahead of this massive final match?
Well, you know, they've got the history. You know, they've been in this position before, you know, in a different league format, but they are former champions. You know, they know what it takes to make it to that finish line and to win. So I think that's always going to be something that they have in their favor, being such a veteran-riddled team. You know, these players have been there, done that. They know what it takes. They've got difference makers off the bench too. This is a very deep squad, you know, despite all the injuries that they've faced throughout the season. They've kept finding ways to win with just tons of talent across the board. And Pace Conrad finally returning to the team, you know, after getting that gruesome injury and really missing a lot of time. It's exciting to see him back on the pitch. So we're excited to see what he's going to be able to do. But, you know, yeah.
You know what? Well, it sounds pretty good when you put it that way, but unfortunately, it's not all butterflies and fairies, Morgan. What can you say about some potential problems that this team is going to face in this game here?
Yeah, I mean, we've seen that they have to fight back from losing positions way too often for this stage. And also, the midfield is looking pretty tired, particularly the holding two. The depth is really being tested, and it will be tested this game.
Yeah, you mentioned the losing positions, trying to come back twice. They have overturned a 2-1 deficit to win playoff games 3-2, but it may not be such easy going here against this team, the Utah Pioneers here, which, again, the perfect foil to the Thunderbirds in every sense of the word. It's all about their talent, the squad, and the stats. And this adds up to more of a logical approach for why they would be the best contender to win over the feel-good story of the Thunderbirds. Let's look now again at their three players here on the screen for you now. And there they are. But again, could be really any of the players in the squad. Two players that are in the race for the MVP. And Morgan, the one we've chosen to profile again is Emigdio Cairo. Just had an outstanding game last week. Again, what can you say about what talent he brings to the table here?
I mean, he's just a player that can do it all. He's probably the most multifaceted player in this league. I don't think anyone can deny that. And he scored 2 goals last week. We talked about him maybe having 2 assists, but he ended up having 3 assists last week. So all around, he's just an unbelievable player.
Absolutely.
Well said. But again, we're going to do the same thing we did for the Thunderbirds and throw in that dark horse wild card, maybe potential difference maker in the game. So, Ben, it's Uxio Mora-Sanchez. What can you say about what he brings to the table here?
I mean, he really is a Swiss Army knife player. He's able to do it all, just dominating that midfield. Both on the attack, he shows great skill, great pace, great vision. He just is a creator who's also got an eye for the goal. But at the same time, he is scrappy in the back when it comes to getting back, making those challenges, and getting the ball back for his team.
Yeah, well said. Well, the Pioneers have been incredibly impressive this season. So, Morgan, let's start off with the positives for you this time. Won't give you negative twice in a row.
This is my favorite part, saying the positives. All right, we'll start with 3 losses in last 22 games. So that's pretty good, pretty mind-blowing. Need I say more? Statistically, the best team in the league. The goal differential of positive 40 is 8 better than the next best team.
Wow.
So that's pretty dang good. And then lastly, 2 MVP front runners in Cairo and Saratobi.
Why don't we try that one more time for the broadcast?
Saratobi, who are scoring and assisting for fun at this moment.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't have said it better myself. Now, Ben, I've given you the unfortunate task here of trying to find some bad things to say about the Pioneers. So with that, take it away.
Well, as the Thunderbirds have been there, done that, they have championship experience. The Pioneers have not. This is their first time reaching this echelon of the league. This performance is unprecedented from their team. So you have to wonder, do they have what it takes? Are they going to fold under pressure, or are they going to prevail? And right now, normally in this league, experience is the one that comes out on top. We'll see what they do in this game today. And secondly, just the pressure is on to them right now because they're favorites to win this match. And oftentimes, as we have so often seen with favorites in these games, they crumble at the last second, as seen with the Green Galaxy against the Stealth in that horrific loss after Poppy's poopy.
Indeed. This league is hard to predict, but we do know that we have the 2 number 1 seeds ready, waiting in the arena. Everything is set. We're turning it over now to you guys at the field. Good luck out there. We'll see you back here at halftime for an update from our studio. Well, good evening and welcome back, National Soccer League fans, to the arena, the area where the finale of this season will be contested. HDI Arena it is. Thunderbirds and Pioneers now making their way out onto the field. And what a scene we have here. Unbelievable. Look at the amount of fans that have poured out for this one. This is unlike anything we've ever seen before. We got the Jumbotron. Everyone is here and ready to rock and roll. These 2 teams facing off in the Soccer Bowl, the second in the Soccer Bowl era. Neither of these teams have ever made an appearance in this big game, but now a chance to play for the trophy. Here along with my co-host Benjamin Hoover. Ben, your thoughts? Good to be here with you.
Man, the energy in the stadium tonight is just buzzing. These teams have worked so hard all season, and we're excited to see what they're going to be able to do here today. It's going to be a good one.
Indeed, and getting the lineup news on the screen now. The big change for the Thunderbirds, Pace Conrad, who's been out for the last 13 weeks with an ankle injury, is back in the squad today in the final. Probably thought his season might have been over, but he's able to hang in there, keep rehabbing, and now he's in the lineup on right wing. And Thunderbirds are back to their strongest starting XI, but they have good depth options off the bench as well, and Musa Cross and Miguel Ramirez, Camara Washington, who were big bit part players in the last game. But here is their opposition, the Utah Pioneers, who have been by far and away the best team this season and do come into this game as slight favorites. Their lineup remains unchanged. Ben, your thoughts? Are they worthy of that title as favorites in this game?
I think absolutely. They've done everything this season to deserve that right. They have faced the toughest teams around, and they've come out victorious every single time. They're a tough cookie.
Indeed, only 3 losses in their last 22 games, and it is, as we'll often get in these kind of playoff situations, a battle of the number 1 seeds. Many people would say that's how it ought to be anyway, but either way, it is going to be a fun battle here. The oldest team in the league, the Thunderbirds, kicking us off here in a fitting way in the Soccer Bowl championship game here. We are underway Our first half action in the Soccer Bowl. Thunderbirds have it moving early down the right flank. Nice turn inside from Conrad, back in the lineup, looking to be a difference maker. Moisan. Conrad that time caught on it too long. We'll have to see how that ankle holds up in his first full 90 minutes in approximately 2.5 months. Pioneers now on the counter charge with Yudishael Anglama, the left back, marauding forward. Being questioned by Conrad, and it's out for a Thunderbirds throw-in.
Good recovery there by Conrad after the giveaway.
Indeed, tenacious work. Back to Ion Groenlandenu, who was a massive presence in that second straight 3-2 comeback victory for the Thunderbirds. 11 saves. What can you say about his impact as a free agent signing this summer, Ben?
Well, I really think you got to give credit to the Charioteers because they gave the Thunderbirds an absolute gift. Groenlandenu is one of the best in the league, and
we're gonna have a look here. Hold on. Referee's pulled it back. I thought for a moment it was going to be a penalty handball. It looks like it is just on the edge of the area. A chance for the former Scouts player, also rival of the Thunderbirds, Isiar Armathabal, Spanish midfield captain, lining this one up and eyeing goal. It's a bit of a tight angle. Ben, what do you think here? Shot or cross? What's more prudent?
I think in a game like this, you got to go shot. It's close enough. It's in range.
Here he goes, 23 yards out, pulling the trigger. Has Groenlandenu scrambling. And then for a moment, everyone thought it was into the goal, but the wrong side and the roof of the net. What a strike this. Mathabal, one of the most technically gifted players, and Groenlandenu, gets a face full of goalposts for his troubles there.
Goodness.
Not his lucky day.
Putting his face on the line for the team.
Groenlandenu now sending the goal kick long up towards Bradley Perkins. In his second year, a big difference maker for this team. Contributions in both the goals and assist department. Here is Powers, who will decide to a victory last week with a goal and assist. Here's Moisan, great tackle from Isiar Armathabal, having a bright start. So far, a bit of a cagey affair in the opening 7 minutes. Pioneers do like to start and score early. Here they come with their excellent midfield player, Miguel Cairo, also in his second year. So, all of the sophomores in that regard here. Saratobi, 21 goals and 21 assists on the season. Here goes Cairo. Has he gotten away from Washington here? Dinks it out to Gomez. Could this be the opening goal? Saratobi! Oh! In the strangest of fashion! Konohamaru Saratobi! Well, I don't know if he knew too much about it. I guess that's where you would say the right place at the right time. Pioneers fans going absolutely mental right now. Another look at this one. Just desperately unlucky for McCartney. And Groenlandenu caught out of position, but it's a good block. And then look at it, he doesn't even know, it's his trailing leg sweeping up into the air. What a freakish way to concede the opening goal. The Thunderbirds are down early here. How troubling is that, Ben?
Well, if there's anything we've seen from the Thunderbirds this playoffs is that they're able to overcome a deficit. So I think the game is not yet over. We'll see how they respond.
Certainly not. Still early days, but it is, again, the toughest opposition they could possibly face. We have to see how they do respond here. We're going to have to lean on that emotion again. As we mentioned, it's a good time to go down to our sideline reporter, Morgan Davey, now to talk about that squad the Thunderbirds do have and a lot of the aging veteran players. But Morgan, what can you say about the togetherness this squad has as we cut down now?
Yes, the Golden Boys of 07, part of the League Founding Academy class. The Thunderbirds have 4 of those players in their lineup tonight. Bruce Anderson, Xavier Washington, Pace Conrad, and of course Isaac Powers. On top of that, 4 others in the squad joined the following year. In Camara Washington, Bradley Chalpiers, Miguel Ramirez, and Jerry Red, the coach's son. So it really is a family affair, and the tightness between these players is unbelievable. One last time.
Well said. Thank you there for our expert insight from Morgan Davey. Hoping to hear more from her as the game goes on, to get a break from us droning on here in the booth. In the meantime, there's been a foul for a handball. A concerned look on the face of, Carlos Roberto Torres, and apparently every player wanted to get a word in with the referee there. But this game is, I think it's time to open up. Perkins with a long free kick, probably going to launch this into the box maybe, and he does, but not a great ball. Easily away by Vaz. Contested in the middle of the park, and Saratobi has it. Miguel Cayeto had a hand in that opening goal, was able to pick out Saratobi for that strange sequence that followed. Now the Pioneers on the attack again. They could be in again here with Miguel Cayeto going from range. Groenlandenu has to spill it. Anderson covering it well and clears his lines. Not a bad clearance either.
there a handball there? I think there's going to be, indeed, pulled back by the referee for a Pioneers free kick. Sun setting here in the arena. Beautiful neutral venue, specifically designed for this game only, the Soccer Bowl. So far, it is the Pioneers who were the favorites before the match, the National Soccer Conference champions in the lead with a 1-goal advantage.
You know, I think you got to give credit to the civil engineers who put together this beautiful, beautiful stadium, civil and structurals, in the span of a year, too. That is unprecedented.
Indeed. Here comes Hender Herrera off the quick free kick routine. It's Florencio Vaz of all people getting forward. Emerson flicking it up and over, and Grenadino nearly caught out. So far, it's one-way traffic. Pioneers have a corner here. What the inventive play there. Flick up and volley, and Grenadino does well. Push it behind for a corner.
Nice technique there.
The ball has a short option if he wants it. Doesn't take it, lifts it in instead. Perkins away, not far away. Here's, Oxio Sanchez, clever pass there. Pioneers feeling it. Early goal taking the pressure off them, and Grenadino had a wild swipe at it. Did well to hold it the second time of asking. Poor distribution, though, has been a problem around the league this season. And here comes Emerson Gomez at a tight angle, trying to find Saratobi. Oh, how nervy was that? Oh, it's not over yet, though. Still defending on their heels. Washington heads away. Thunderbirds trying to weather this early storm of pressure. Pioneers have him on the ropes at the moment. Paedo looking for the return ball. It's off of Conrad for another corner for the Pioneers. While we're talking about them, we're going to call back down to our sideline reporter, Morgan Davey. We've mentioned the Thunderbird squad, but on the other side of this coin, a perfect foil, the new upstart team of the Pioneers. What can you say about their team you've learned this week?
Yeah, I mean, let's start with the captain. Ajir Ormazabal began his career as a scouts player, the granddaughter club of Thunderbirds' career. He wasn't really able to get into the first team squad there, but he knew he backed his own talent. He made a big move across the country with the Pioneers fittingly enough, and has blossomed into one of the finest midfielders in the league, now playing for a chance at the Soccer Bowl.
Well said. Now the Pioneers still on the front foot here and moving forward again with Saratobi. Thunderbirds have been absolutely pinned back. Ben, what can they do to try to play out of this high pressure that's on them at the moment? Well, this could help here. Oh, goes Powers on the break with a 4-on-3. It's Moisan cutting into the area. Powers! Oh! Right on cue. It's Captain Fantastic again. Isaac Powers sips the tea. And what a finish for the T-Birds.
That is incredible counterplay from the Thunderbirds. Took the words out of my mouth. They did exactly what they needed to do. Just get the ball quick on a fast break and strike some action. Lightning from the Thunderbirds.
Incredible stuff. Unbelievable work. And the 1-2 from the two frontmen. Moisan really working on his hold-up play and assist game this offseason. It pays dividends here. And it is, again, the big man, Isaac Powers, goal number 163 of his career. And his first ever in a Soccer Bowl final. It's a 2-2, and now against the run of play, the Thunderbirds draw level. Just what we want to see from a neutral point of view. 24 minutes played in the first half. Surely a foul there in the middle of the park. Ormazabal now suddenly the momentum shifting. It's going to be Thunderbirds free kick in the center circle here. It was a wonderful, wonderful fast break to watch. Powers in vintage form there.
Definitely needed that on the Thunderbirds side. They were getting pushed around, looking like they couldn't escape the pressure, but
hold on, they could be in again here with Wilkins, blocked by Carlos Roberto. These two center backs for the Pioneers are absolutely imperious in that regard, not letting many shots face young Calvin Van Bruggen in the goal, who has been exceptional in his own right, but could do nothing because the attack was just too clinical. Lemon now down the line trying to release Emerson Gomez. DiMaggio there, but good strength. Hold off the big defender. Paedo has been quieter than normal in this game so far. DiMaggio pinched it back. Brilliant. Conrad did enough to keep it. Powers going to get in behind again. Moisan ahead of him. Conrad trying to find him in behind. It's a hopeful ball. Nearly connecting, but once again, well defended by the Pioneers center backs. McCartney tracking back. Getting a foot in as we approach the half-hour mark here. 1-1 as it stands with 15 minutes to play. Powers, good hold-up play. Moisan to Edward T. Wilkins, playing more than he would have expected due to injuries to Roy Ibanez this season, among others. Here goes Uxio Mora Sanchez. Scored twice in the semifinal game last week, and he could be in again here. And Miguel Caero is broken completely free. Plays it square for Emerson Gomez. Oh, goodness. A whisker wide of the far post. The Thunderbirds catch a lucky break here. Technique is superb. And the finish skims just wide. How unlucky is that?
Well, that is just unselfish play from Miguel Caero. You expect him to take that with a player of his quality.
Indeed, it looked like he was clean in on goal, but I think you have to give credit to Bruce Anderson in the middle, splitting the difference between the two attackers there. He can't fully commit, otherwise it would have been a tap-in. So he did well there. Oh dear, not what we want to see. Perkins is down. He's slow to get to his feet. We'll check in with Morgan in just a moment to see what the status on his injury is. Hopefully nothing too serious next time the ball goes out of bounds. Uxio Mora Sanchez on the attack, and nice ball through the line, but Washington and the Thunderbirds defense seem to have settled here. And that's a nice ball forward for Powers, asking a good question. Wilkins, suddenly they're getting forward in numbers here. Lovely short, long drill, but just off target on the pass in behind. Now the Pioneers trying to emulate the Thunderbirds and hit back on the counter here. Powers, look at the effort, tracking back defensively. Saratobi scored the opener. Now dishes out wide to Uxio Mora Sanchez. Ooh, skips away from McCartney a little bit too easily there. Can he get a crossing? And off the ball on the edge of the area. Caero with time to think about a shot. DiMaggio in the way. Ooh, poor giveaway there from Wilkins. It's Saratobi. Anderson on the turn. Caero joining the attack. Conrad is well positioned to deal with that. And Anderson coolly done under pressure. Andres Ritter. Move it forward for the Thunderbirds. Nice change of pace there. Got away easily. Powers, can he get there ahead of Vaz? Excellent defending again from the big Brazilian. Well, we are deadlocked here at 1-1. Andrew, do you think there's going to be another goal in the final 7 minutes that remain in this half?
It's difficult to say. This match has really been exciting so far. It's like two heavyweight boxers just feeling each other out. They've landed some glancing blows, but no one's landed the knockout yet. We'll see what we have here, though.
I have a knockout blow coming with Miguel Caero advancing, crossing, and McCartney away. What a run. Just couldn't find the finishing pass. Perkins having a bit of a hard time, again playing on through injury. Still waiting for the official update as Caero goes for goal! And Groenlanddenu makes a fine stop. This is an excellent strike. Another good save from Groenlanddenu, who's been doing it all season long.
He really is just a difference maker back in the net. An intimidating presence. Great save from him.
Indeed. 5 minutes to play. It's a Pioneers corner. They've dominated in that regard in this half. And confirmation on the Perkins injury. We'll come to Morgan in just a second to find out what's going on with him and if he's able to continue. For now, they got to defend though with Roberto into Florencio Vaz. Well defended again by the Thunderbirds. Find that bend, don't break mentality on the edge of the box. Can they break on the counter now here with Conrad? Powers, good touch in space. Vaz brought down. Referee telling him to get on with it. So he got the ball first. Here's Emerson Gomez. It was 3-0 last time these teams met in the regular season in week 22, so much more even affair this time, which, again, is what we want to see. And now the Thunderbirds might get a chance. It's a 3-on-3 going forward. Conrad touch got stuck under him a bit, but he has time and space. It is pace Conrad driving from range, and Ben Bruggen called into action for the first time today, able to make a simple enough save. See how much added time we're going to have from the referee. Can't imagine it's going to be too much. 4 minutes now confirmed on your screen. Maybe 1 or 2 last chances for each of these teams in the time that remains. Nice ball from Caero to Uxio Mora Sanchez. Pioneers are clogging up in the middle. Lots of numbers. That ball left a little bit to be desired. Well cut out. At the Thunderbirds back line again. Perkins with a bad giveaway though. Here's Emerson Gomez. Saratobi. Caero trying it from range again, and Groenlanddenu going to take more than that to beat him from there. He's coming alive in this game. You could feel it. The car engine starting to purr. It's another fine strike. The save again is matching its quality. The fans in the arena on the edges of their seats. Is there another twist in the tail before the break here? Vaz, the obvious target in the middle of the box. Not going to beat Moisan though, headed away. 90 seconds to play in the first half. Nice ball to Armata ball. Emerson Gomez is in with a chance here. It's Saratobi! Oh my goodness, what a stop! Point blank.
Incredible kick save by Groenlanddenu.
Another look at it here. The reflex is just second to none. No flies on this boy. It's more of a self-preservation than anything else. He's pulling a hot pan out of the oven. And he had some choice words for his defenders here. That's all goalkeepers often do. Another chance for the Pioneers from the corner. Amathable to take. Swung in, looking for Vaz. That's Groenlandenus all day long. Vaz threw himself at it, but should do it for first half action. And there is the whistle from the referee. What a even-keeled start to this one. Pioneers jumped out to an early lead as they often do, but the Thunderbirds able to find a wonderful goal on the break due to their talismanic captain, Isaac Powers. Hoover, your thoughts on the first half as a whole?
I mean, it's been an exciting, thrilling one. We knew that when two teams like this meet, it was going to be a tough cookie. Teams with great defense, great offense. It's been exciting, and I'm excited to see who's going to break next in the second half.
Yeah, hoping for more of the same in the second. Kicking it back over to our studio for now. Quick update. We'll see you all in a short while.
Welcome back, National Soccer League fans. Here at the halftime interval, it was a pretty fun game in that first half. Started brightly, both teams grabbing a goal, just what you want to see from a neutral point of view. It is 1-1 at the break. We are here to give you a quick breakdown, a debrief, if you will, of what happened in that first 45. So turning it over to you, Morgan, what can you say about that opening 45 minutes for the Pioneers?
I mean, really, they're just unlucky not to be leading at this point. But they need to get more creative if they're going to want to win this. They got to get their wide players involved more and get at this narrow back line.
Yeah, well said. Ben, anything they could have done better in that first half?
Well, I feel like they just need to be a little bit more careful. They've been on the attack all game and have just really been putting the pressure on early, but at the same time, they got bitten back so hard by that vicious counter from the Thunderbirds, which in some ways has been their bread and butter. They need to look out.
Yeah, that counter from Powers and Moisan was a thing of beauty. Morgan, what can you say about what the Thunderbirds did well in that first half?
I mean, just that, as my colleague Ben just said, it's their bread and butter doing the counterattack, and they did that brilliantly in this first half. They did well to hang in the game as well, parked the bus a little bit, but then got that counterattack going.
You mentioned hanging in the game. It was dominated in the first half by the Pioneers. Ben, are they in trouble defensively here?
Well, you got to tip your cap to Ion Groenlandenus. He has played excellently this half and has really kept them in this game, but he can only hold out for so long. With all these chances that the Pioneers are creating, you just wonder when the dam is going to break.
Yeah, indeed, that is the truth. We'll have to see if the balance will tip one way or the other in the 45 minutes or potentially beyond that remain here in our Soccer Bowl. It's level at the break. Turning back over to you guys to see if we have a winner in regulation time. We'll see you later now.
Welcome back, National Soccer League fans. I might be saying it for the final time. It's hard to believe, but it's a 1-1 battle. So as it stands, extra time could still be on the table. To see if one of these sides can assert their dominance in the second half. The Pioneers often have done this season, but the Thunderbirds, of course, are the comeback kings, especially in this playoff. To see what this has in store for us here and what kind of substitutions, if any, can be made to shift the balance in either team's favor. First attack of the half fizzles out for the Thunderbirds. Now the Pioneers trying to move forward and start the second half as they did in the first. Suamora Sanchez to Saratobi. Trying to find it in behind. It's excellent defending. DiMaggio has been a lively presence at the back today. Good skill there from McCartney as well. For Moisan into Perkins. A bit of a slow game, but again, injured in that first half. Morgan, what can you tell us about what happened to him, and is he going to be able to continue?
Yeah, well, he seems to have hurt his ankle pretty badly in that first half, so just hoping it's not going to keep him out of the game here.
Here's Conrad breaking free to Powers. Oh, what a save! Sorry to cut you off there, Morgan, but nearly another goal for the captain with the left foot, no less. He got the wrong side of Vaz, which does not happen often, but this is the thing about Calvin Van Bruggen, underrated goalkeeper because he doesn't get tested very often. But again, he is the final stopgap in the leaking ship there. What a save. Just able to keep it out. A corner for the Thunderbirds, though. Perkins to take. Battling through the injury. Can deliver a good ball here. And towards Wilkins. Headers on target, but Vaz in the way. Conrad. What can he do with it here? Searching for options. Might try lining one up and off the ball. 2 straight shots. Blocked by the Pioneers. Now here come the Pioneers on the break. And Cairo. Has he broken free? Just a tick early. Let's get a look at the replay there. How close was this one? Looked like he timed it to perfection. Oh, it is a hair's breadth offside. Thunderbirds catch a lucky break there. Wow. Washington to lob this one forward again. Looking for the head of Powers. Great hold-up play. Here's Moisan, and his pocket picked by Carlos Roberto, often the unsung hero of the two, the captain of the squad, or vice captain, I should say. has had a little bit of the energy sucked out of it. To see if, as we approach the hour mark here, maybe get some subs on the pitch, make some changes, move your feet around a little bit. If things start to amp up.
It really does feel like these teams are just feeling each other out, poking, prodding, trying to find that weakness, but there isn't one apparent. Both these defenses are playing great to start.
Tackle there, but it's still alive with Saratobi bearing down on goal, and Groenland Danu. Might just be another one of these battles of the keepers again. Answering the call so far. That's a tight angle. Saratobi does well to get this on target. Another chance for the Pioneers from the corner kick. They have yet to make real inroads from these kind of set-piece situations yet, but could they get one? All they need is one delivery. But we got a substitution first. It's Noisan coming off for Miguel Ramirez, who was injured last week but scored the match-winning goal, fit enough to play, not fit to start, but now he is on, entering the fray, the first change of the game. He's been a hero off the bench at times this season. Can he do it again here? His team needed most in the final. Ramon the ball to take. This time it does go short to Rico Suarez. Touches a bit hammy though, and pressured into a goal kick. Big let-off for the Thunderbirds again. Another look at that save, the 7th of the match. This is a tough thing. You can see there on that replay, the goalkeeper staring directly into the sun. Could be something that comes into play as the match wears on here. And then he's sending it up the field towards Perkins. It's a funny little thing. In this league, we have a battle within the war today, actually, between these two teams. I'm going to hold off on the story for Morgan in just a second as this counterattack looks kind of promising. With Uxiomono Sanchez getting to the byline and cleared. And Wilkins doing well. Morgan, now over to you about the Pittner brothers. Let's hear it.
Yes, well, we have a little bit of a battle going on within the war today. It's the Pittner brothers. Marek, the older brother, on the bench tonight for the Thunderbirds, and Patek, the rookie, across the touchline for the Pioneers as well. Both players not in the starting lineups tonight, but ready to make an impact. Marek saying he and his family are just super thankful to be here, and Patek naturally saying he hopes he gets a chance to get on the pitch and show which Pittner is better.
Top-class cutting-edge reporting from Morgan there. And we just missed a great save here. Under Herrera gets in behind. And just, again, not falling to the player. Maybe Miguel Caero, Saratobi could put that away, but decent strike. Nonetheless, as we approach the hour mark here, it is still 1-1 at the moment.
I mean, you got to give credit to Ion Groenland Danu. Just, he's been able to get those big, meaty paws on the ball all game long. That's his ninth save so far.
Danger not gone yet, though. Saratobi trying to back in. Washington aggressive defending. Could he be made to pay for that mistake? What a save! Groenland Danu going full starfish mode. Ooh, and getting in the face of the attacker there. Oh, good chippy out here, isn't it? Just what you want to see. What a stop, and why not celebrate it like a goal? This is what he lived for when he joined this team. The big moments. Couldn't find them with the scummy Charioteers. Ball swinging now, looking for Roberto Torres, and that one is one that got away.
You could say he had a lot of practice saving balls with the Charioteers with the way their defense played this past few seasons, but he's in fine form today.
Another change here. Emerson Gomez making way for Roberto Correña, long-term veteran of the league. With the Pioneers here. Comes on, one change for each team, 1-1 on the scoreline, still deadlocked. A nervy affair here in the Soccer Bowl with just over half an hour to play as it stands. Correña immediately evolved there, wins it to Saratobi. Pioneers now getting numbers forward in transition. Lucio Sanchez getting by, easy and no! It's that man again! Miguel Caero! Out of nothing, conjures up a moment to put the Pioneers back on their pedestal in the league. What a finish!
Well, you just knew it had to be coming at some point. Caero's been testing Groenland Danu all night long, and he finally gets his chance. That's great acceleration to beat his man up top in the middle.
I have to say, it's a matter of very fine margins. The speed to get around McCartney from Uxiomono Sanchez, who's grown and grown in this playoff series, and the perfect way to the pass to find the foot, and the finish itself tucked in all within a matter of inches. Thunderbirds players not necessarily defending badly, but just too good from the Pioneers. Well, that is a lively change in the script here. And the Pioneers restore their one-goal advantage with 25 minutes to play. Have they done enough to hold on? We often say it in these silly broadcasts, but the next goal, if there is to be one, will be absolutely critical for whoever scores it, either putting the game to bed more or less, or getting us back at game on. Pioneers looking to do the former. Here's Herrera. Now Saratobi in support and finds him. Going from range and nearly caught everybody off guard, but just wide of the target. He knows what a good chance it was. Snatched out it a bit in the end. Doesn't get the cleanest contact. Hiding from the cameras, embarrassed by the effort, maybe. 5th shot of the game, though. Has found the back of the net once in bizarre circumstances in that first half. How deep does the well go for the Thunderbirds? They have come back 3 times with a scoreline of 1-2, trailing. Can they do it again here? Pressure was really on them, though, and nearly in trouble there, but well played out in the end. Here goes Felix McCartney. He's got space to run into and taking it. And the Thunderbirds get some players forward to join him. Skips inside. McCartney's still going here. Can he get this ball off his foot, though? Cut back for Wilkins. Nice ball. Ramirez! What a save from Ben Brogan. Oh, was that a pass back? Oh, wow. Referee saying nothing doing. Sure looked like there was a deliberate touch of the ball by a teammate, and then it was corralled. Interesting stuff there. So to be pressured into a mistake. 20 minutes to play here. Thunderbirds trailing in the soccer ball. Pioneers inching closer to their first ever title. Anderson taking a gamble there. It's paid off, though. Ramirez inside the Raider. Not liking his options, but took too long, and this could be a really bad giveaway, as here goes Saratobi. And on the far side is Correia. Can he pick out a cross here? Anderson trying to recover. Can he keep this ball in play? Not quite. Ooh! Spicy challenge. We're going to have a substitution now. Another change for the Pioneers. It's Tommy coming on for Amathabal. The captain's work is done. Looking to freshen things up in the midfield. A little bit of a nervy moment taking off your captain, but is this the right call, Ben?
I don't know. I feel like our Mathabal has been playing incredibly all game. He's been bringing the juice, bringing the tempo, bringing the leadership.
And it's trickled in! Wait a minute. I think we have an offside flag here, as Correia thought he'd won it. And there it is indeed. Oh, the Thunderbirds get away with one again here. How close was it? Oh my days. It is absolutely paper-thin margins there. And Correia had his name up in the headlights. And not to be chalked off by the offside flag. A lifeline for the Thunderbirds. That would have been it. But they still trail here with 15 minutes to play. After all the season that we've had, it would be a little bit of an anticlimactic finish if it were to end this way, but still time for another goal. Change this game one way or the other. Pioneers have been dominating since that goal. DiMaggio, forceful challenge. Couldn't get it clear, though. Saratobi. Cayeto's in again here. Guarlandanu tested again and forced into another corner. He is getting more and more mad, barking at his defenders, not closing down the shooting angles well enough.
Well, you have to say, he's been the best player on the field for the Thunderbirds this whole game. The Pioneers have had their chances, and he's denied them time and time again. But sadly, the team cannot help him out by getting him some goals.
Indeed. I was going to say, he's done his part. 8th corner of the game to the Thunderbirds 1. They have been dominated in this one as we expected they might have. It's in towards Saratobi. Perkins. Maybe catch there from Guarlandanu. He finds some better distribution this time. Back to Anderson. Thunderbirds maybe thinking about another change here in the final 15 minutes that remain. DiMaggio launches it forward. And a great ball. A little bit of a hopeful pass. Thunderbirds starting to maybe press the panic button here. Pioneers looking to kill it off. Anderson gets in the way again. Nice turn from Washington there under pressure. How about the coolness? Raider, nice movement inside. Powers has a runner free on the far side. Perkins, can he find him? Through the middle, it's a nice ball to Felix McCartney. It's McCartney, one-on-one. Felix McCartney! Another scintillating counterattack from the Thunderbirds. What a ball from Perkins.
I mean, from start to finish, that was a beautiful play, beginning with that great skill from Camaro Washington. A great turn and a great sequence of passes to McCartney open on that side. Great finish.
How about the coolness here? Looks the goalkeeper in the eyes and says, right through your legs, son. Pick that out. McCartney, the forgotten man for the Thunderbirds, with a goal he'll never forget. It's 2-2 and it's game on again here. What a moment. And it sets up a thrilling finale here. As it stands, extra time on the cards, but there's still 10 minutes to play. Can either team find a match winner here? What a game it's been. Left everything, or rather left nothing to be desired so far. And there could be more drama yet to come. Pioneers have it again. They have dominated. I think I have to give credit to the Thunderbirds for sticking in this game, taking their moments. expertly well. Here's Tommy off the bench trying to provide a spark. Conrad back defending it well. Here goes Ramirez. The Thunderbirds find joy on the break against Shirley. They couldn't overturn another 2-1 deficit and win 3-2. That would just be ridiculous. Ramirez might give them a chance. To the byline it goes. Puts it inside. McCartney. Nice combination play, but getting really far inside. That's a nice ball, though, for Powers. It's into Conrad. Wilkins. He's offside, I think. Oh, my goodness. Raider not happy.
And that could have
It's
been
the right call, though. It's just a little bit too slow in the final third. Thunderbirds had their moments maybe to have a look at goal, but trying to get a little cute with the passing. Not able. A chance was developing, though. Another change here. Musa Cross is on for the late goal scorer. Felix McCartney done his part. They bring on the exciting rookie prospect who has had a hand in some dramatic goals this season, including last week in the semifinal to get his side level at 2-2. Second change of the day. We mentioned the wide players are often an influence for the Thunderbirds. We've had two of them subbed on, Ramirez and Cross, so far in this one. Have to do a little more defending than he's used to as an attacking player, as the Pioneers are dominating in the possession stats again. Here they go, trying to get forward and find a winner. Twice they have led, twice the Thunderbirds have answered. Can they put it to bed with a third goal here? Nice ball through the middle. Saratobi into the box he goes. Cayetano! Oh! Just nudged off it by Raider. Referee says it was clean. Excellent composure there at the back at the death from the Thunderbirds. Here is Musa Cross off the bench. Ramirez looking to find space. Andreas Raider. 3 minutes to play here. It's still deadlocked. Wilkins. That's a poor ball from Wilkins. That's a bad giveaway. Could be costly. Washington steps up again. Genius defending. Here's Andreas Raider. Through the middle to Cross. Nice ball, but Carlos Roberto Torres read it expertly. And then Powers has been pulled back for a foul here. A little overzealous on the challenge. Well, what a way it would be to finish our season with a game that goes to extra time. We've got 1 minute of the 90 remaining. Whether side can find a dramatic late winner, it will be golden goal, and then it will be penalties. Couldn't ask for anything better, could you, Ben?
Well, it's in true NSL fashion, because as you know, these games don't end in ties.
Certainly not. Let's see how much added time the referee is going to choose to add here. There hasn't been a whole lot of stoppages, but he's added 7 minutes. Substantial chunk here. And now the Pioneers trying to get forward and take advantage. Saratobi, Correña, Cayetano overhit and not going to connect.
A rare hard pass from Cayetano, who's normally so deft with his touch.
Indeed, a collector's item there, a missed pass. Man in form. The Stars have lived up to it today. And then with the goal kick. 5 minutes of the added time period remaining. Helps to take this one short to Xavier Washington, who's been a rock at the back today. What a touch there from DiMaggio. Wow, what came over him there? Forgotten career as an attacker. Oh, Cross, bad giveaway there, though. Thunderbirds getting a little bit leggy at the moment. A couple of sloppy giveaways in consecutive fashion here. And the Pioneers take advantage. Score what would be the last goal of the National Soccer League season to win it here. Saratobi advancing. He's in on goal here. Saratobi! What a save! Roy Landenu comes up clutch again here. Well, the man in red saw the Red Sea part in front of him. Roy Landenu shuts the trap just in time. But it is a corner for the Pioneers. They've had 9 of them in this game. All they need is one chance now. Cayetano to take it. Can he deliver a ball? Saratobi and Vaz awaiting the cross. Front post ball away by Cross, funny enough. Here goes Rico Suarez. Still driving forward. Saratobi's in to win it! Oh, what a save! Oh my goodness, Grenadino's outdone himself. Suarez looked like a handball. It's been given. The Thunderbirds bailed out by their star goalkeeper again. Wow, Saratobi cannot believe it. Thrilling end to this match. We've got 90 seconds of the 90 minutes remaining. Otherwise, it's on for extra time, golden goal.
I mean, you got to give hats off to Ion Groenlandenu. I mean, without his effort, this game would be long over by now.
It might still be. That's a bad giveaway by the Thunderbirds again. They've gotten really sloppy here. Last chance, Cayetano to win it. What a stop from Groenlandenu, having the game of his life, and he is pumped up. And rightfully so. What a save. Oh, would have been a storybook ending for a player who is the front runner for the MVP award. Denu says not yet. Final play of the 90 minutes of regulation time. It's one more corner, the 10th of the match for the Pioneers. Can this be the one that matters? Trying to channel the stealth here over the Green Galaxy. Swung in towards Florencio Vaz. And Denu didn't come for it. Are we going to let this attack play out, though? Raider clips it back, and that should do it for regulation time. And there is the whistle. These teams, fittingly unable to be separated at the end of the 90 minutes, will head to Golden Goal to continue our coverage of the Soccer Bowl. What's with a little more free football? Who could say no to that? We'll see you all after a quick update from our studio. Back in just a jiff.
Welcome back, National Soccer League fans. Fitting that our final game of the season should go to Golden Goal Extra Time. We'll have to see if there is a winner in it. These Golden Goals seem to either end very quickly or go all the way to the bitter end with a penalty shootout. So let's get a quick update on these two teams. Ben, starting with you. What can you say about the Pioneers? What do they need to do to win?
I mean, they have just looked vicious on the attack. They've had so many chances for Saratobi, and especially Miguel Cairo, looking to be the talismanic player that we knew him to be with an MVP level performance, but they just got to get a ball in. I think with all these chances and all these saves that Groenland Danu has had, eventually one's going to get in. They just need to keep doing what they're doing.
Fair enough. Morgan, what can you say about the Thunderbirds? They're a little bit on the ropes here, but do they still have a chance?
I mean, kind of similar to what we said in the first half. They need to find more ways to stop the shots. Keep playing on the counter as they are getting outplayed. They did wonderfully to stay in the game this long. I mean, it's kind of a miracle. So at this point, they just need to keep looking for that miracle, find that single moment, and work on that counter and hopefully clinch a win.
Well, one moment is all that stands between one of these two teams and the Soccer Bowl itself and the National Soccer League trophy. We've whittled down from 24 teams in the league to the final two. We'll have to see if one Golden Goal can distinguish the final among those. Back over to you guys for extra time. We'll see you one more time before the game is over.
Welcome back, National Soccer League fans. And Marek Pittner is on. Bradley Perkins unable to continue the game. Unfortunately injured again in that first half. He did have to be withdrawn. The final change of the day for the Thunderbirds. Powers trying to do it himself. Gave it away. Another in a string sequence of voids for the Thunderbirds as that ended regulation time. Golden Goal on the docket here. Can the Pioneers find it? They could be in straight away here with Anglama. Can he pick out a cross to win it? Washington scoops it away. Back with the Pioneers quickly though. Correia trying to add to this early pressure. Herrera, Cairo slipped free to win it! Miguel Cairo. No offside flag this time. The Thunderbirds' resistance is broken at last. And who else but a Miguel Cairo? Game of his life on the line. And this time sets his sights. And Groenland Danu agonizingly close as it bends into the side netting. What a way to end it. The Pioneers are your Soccer Bowl champions. What a season.
Well, you just knew it was coming. They had been dominating this entire game in possession and shots and chances created. The defense just looked impregnable this entire game. Hats off to them for an incredible season and an incredible win over a great team in the Thunderbirds, who should be proud after their efforts, but notably probably disappointed as well.
Indeed, hands down, a fitting way to end our season. We'll turn it over back to the studio for the full-time recap, and then we'll be back here for the awards ceremony as the Pioneers are going to lift the National Soccer League trophy for the first time in their history. Congratulations, Utah Pioneers. You are Soccer Bowl champions. That is us signing off for a little while. Back after a studio update.
Well, it's the final time I'll say it this season. Welcome back, National Soccer League fans. We have finally found ourselves a winner. The Utah Pioneers crowned as champions of the National Soccer League for the first time in their history, eliminating the Thunderbirds cruelly on the other side of a 3-2 scoreline. The Thunderbirds came up just short, but the Pioneers get it done. Ben, what can you say about what they did in that game?
I mean, I think it was what they've been doing all game. They have been keeping the pressure on, and eventually the dam broke. Incredible play on the defensive side. They just looked unbreakable, and then on the attack, vicious as always. They've been the best team this entire season, and they looked the best team in this game when it mattered most. Congratulations to the champions.
Yeah, very well put. Now, Morgan, an unfortunate way for the last dance to end for the Thunderbirds. Came up so close, it's got to be a tough pill to swallow. what can you say as a final sending off to their season here as they finish runners-up?
Well, it's a bittersweet feeling, you know. They came so close, but they just came up just short. So left a little bit of a bitter taste in their mouth, but they can hang their heads high knowing that they really left nothing to give on the pitch today. So.
Yeah, all those players out there doing the league proud. And once again, congratulations to the Utah Pioneers. That is going to wrap up our studio segment for the season. The National Soccer League has reached its conclusion for this year. We'll see you all in a few months for the draft as we begin the new cycle of a new season. But for now, goodbye and good night.
Well, nothing more but to sit back and enjoy for the fans and players here of this great franchise. There is their ultimate prize, and finally, they can, at long last, say it is theirs. A season's worth of hard work in the books. And it culminates with this moment. The trophy lift of the National Soccer League. And for the first time in their history, the Utah Pioneers are your National Soccer League champions. A moment they will never forget. A feeling truly unlike any other. And a surreal moment as the red and white confetti falls here. A day that will live in Pioneers Club history for these fans, these players, these coaches, as the music, triumphant anthems, and the cheers ring out through the arena. This is what it's all about right here. Defeat, heartbreak, and dismay for one side, the Thunderbirds, able to make it 3 championships for the Pioneers. We're top of the table at the end of the regular season, remain top. And what a moment here. Hazio Matabal trophy, and now the presentation to the fans. Nothing more to say here. As you watch, drink in the sights and scenes, especially Pioneers fans. Enjoy these moments. Maybe once in a lifetime.